Hello, my name is Fiona Stanton from Fee's Papercraft. Earlier in November we had Onstage local and we do swaps. And I wanted to show you my general swap, which is a swap I gave out to people I met there. I also did team swaps, so for people in my team I made them some gifts. But like I said, this is a general swap. Now we met on Saturday the 10th of November, so obviously the following day was Armistice Day. It was 100 years of the end of World War I. Therefore I wanted to make a swap that recognised that. I felt that was important. So this is my version of a poppy card. Now this is called an ATC, which is an artist trading card. You probably have heard of those before. And it's a standard size of about, let me just turn my paper up. I think it's 2.5. Well, look how mucky that is. 2.5 by 3.5. Yeah, I'll turn it back over because that was really mucky that side, wasn't it? So it's 2.5 by 3.5 inches. And these are cards that you don't sell, you trade them with other people. And the idea is that you get inspiration, techniques, ideas, and thoughts. And sometimes they have positive messages on them. And they can just be just a really nice way of expressing yourself. It's a little bit of you, the artist, coming out using obviously the stamp sets that Stampin' Up provide. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm just going to round the corners. This is, I should have known what this is. I think this is the Trio Detailed Punch. It came out in the last spring, last Occasions catalogue, Occasions 2018, but it is in the annual catalogue as well. So I thought I'd do something slightly different, something that wasn't Christmassy for once. It was only be one brief interlude before we go back to Christmas, I'm afraid. Right, so this is a stamp from the Timeless Textures stamp set. And I'm using Sahara Sand just to go around, just to stamp and go around. So I'm going to stamp a little bit off because I want to make sure I get all the edges covered. So we're going to build up layers and we're going to make it look a little bit distressy. It doesn't have to be perfect, as you can see. My stamping very rarely is perfect. But that's, it's more the sentiment behind this one which I think is important. Oh, got ink on me. There we go. So that one's done. Let me get my my cleaner. There we go. And then what I'll do is I'll put the flowers in. So this is from the Oh So Eclectic set from the annual catalogue again. And I'll start off, and I'm using the In Colours, Call Me Clover and Lovely as a Lipstick. So slightly, they're not quite, if you like, the traditional, I get green everywhere, aren't I? They're not the traditional poppy colours, but I wasn't too worried about that really. Oops. I'll clean that as well. Yeah. Oh. It's not quite wet enough for this at the moment, but hey ho. I'll make sure I clean that properly before I use it again. When I did this originally, I actually, because I was doing about 25-30 of them, I used a Stamparatus to do this bit so that they were all the same. So you just had to use the 2 plates. And you didn't have to worry about too much about trying to line it up each time. I mean, it's pretty easy to line it up anyway. And you can see it's slightly, it is almost like those distinctive stamps. It's got some graduation in it to give you shading already. So you don't need to worry too much about shading it that much. So this is really quite quick and simple with the Stamparatus. Now then, just to, oh yes, I'll tell you what I did do. Just because I love this. Which ones do I use? This one. And also, you don't always have to use a stamp block, I have to say. Particularly when you're doing things that are slightly... Ooh. I'll just put a little bit of that in. So that is the Champagne frosted shimmer paint, champagne shimmer paint from the autumn catalogue. I love it. I absolutely love it. And what I will do, and you can just, it just catches the light. And I'll show you what else I do with that in a minute. But first of all, starting off the paper, just circling, and this just brings it in. And what you are doing when you're doing this, you are drawing the viewer's eye into the centre. So you're darkening the outside, the inside remains lighter, and so you're drawing your eye in like a tunnel. And that's why you darken, why you distress and darken the outside of things, so you can draw the viewer's eye where you want it, where the message is. And you can do the same thing when you do scrapbooking. You can do similar techniques to ensure that your viewer sees what you want them to see in the order that you want them to see it. So this is why my sponge looks so dirty, because I always go around the edge. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it. I can see it, and it just adds that little extra touch of shimmer, of something special. I really don't know how to explain it, but I love it. I absolutely love those glimmer paints. And now the last thing, I've stamped these out with the labeler alphabet. Again, I use my stamp apparatus to do it. And then that just goes on 100. Obviously for the 100 years. So that was a really quick and simple, and it was just something that I wanted to do for my make and takes, for my swaps on Onstage Local this year. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you. Bye bye.